Suzy Lou. Not a drama channel. Ethan Klein. Keemstar. I'm into tech. I cover tech. You guys are making me lose it. Let's do this. I'm going to provide everybody a little PSA here. Public service announcement. The right to free speech means the government can't arrest you for what you say. It doesn't mean that anyone else has to listen to your that a platform is required to promote or host you while you share it, or for anyone to pay you for it. The First Amendment does not shield you from responsibility, criticism, or consequences. If you're yelled at, boycotted, have your show canceled, or get banned from an internet platform, your free speech rights aren't being violated. It's just that the people listening think you're a and they're showing you the door. Defending a position by citing free speech is the ultimate concession. That the most compelling thing that you could say for your position is that it's not literally illegal to express. Now, I feel bad about Augie's channel. He did very edgy content. Very edgy stuff. And you could say, oh, it's all comedy. No. You're calling someone a jerk, an asshole, or whatever you're calling them. That's not comedy. That's called an insult. I do feel bad for Augie. I feel bad that, his whole channel's been demonetized. But if these are the videos that you're going to put out, where you're, in effect, you could say critiquing, but critique is not an insult. There's a line where you're not attacking. And you don't have to directly say, go after this person. It's implied in the video. I've watched some of Augie's stuff. I stopped watching because I'm not being insulting. And this is and I could say this too. Don't go after him. I'm telling everybody, don't go after him. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but I'm saying don't go after him. But when you do stuff like this, if I'm a company, do you think I want my name associated with it? I want my advertising, my name associated with it? No. No, I don't. Now, there might be a few companies that do. That's up to them. That's why you have to pursue sponsorship. But now, when you're talking about a channel with 13,500 subscribers, and I've only got 100 plus. But relatively speaking, this is a small channel. Okay? When you're doing stuff like this, where all it is drama, again, if I'm a company, I'm a corporation, I have a name, well, they call it a brand, but let's face it, it's a name. Do I want my brand, my name associated with any of this? This is all drama. And it's all specifically, it's YouTube drama. This drama only exists on this platform. Does it affect the outside world by and large? No. You're going to find stuff like, you're going to find stuff like this on MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. No, you're not. It's just YouTube drama. And as I said, I'm not ragging on Augie. I've seen him in Tipster's chat. He seems like a really nice guy. I've watched some of his videos. But there are times he's crossed the line. And the more he pushes this envelope, the more he risks his channel. And nobody's doing this to him but himself. And it is not censorship for YouTube to pull his monetization. Where I do think that YouTube does go too far, from what I understand, he's got $2,000 worth of super chats that is due to him. They should pay that out and say, okay, when you prove that, we can trust you again. And that's what this is, though, too. When we can trust you again, we'll give you your monetization back. And at the end of the day, it's their platform. They can do what they want. Okay? My employer could fire me for no other reason that your services are no longer needed. That's all they need to say. Your services are no longer required. That's it. But that's all they had to say. Your services are no longer needed. That's what YouTube, in effect, has said here with this demonetization. And there's nothing stopping Augie from streaming or uploading videos. He's just not going to make money doing it. Do I feel bad? Absolutely. But when you ride the line, eventually you kind of cross it a little bit, and there's consequences. Remember what it says here. Does not shield you from responsibility, criticism, or consequences. Now, Suzy Lou. Well, I'm looking at these, and these are her reactions to different anime. There's right ways to do this, and there's wrong ways to do this. From what I've seen, she's doing it the wrong way. It's not up to anyone but the anime companies to do something about this. Okay? And we all can say how much the copyright system, the DMC takedown system is flawed, but it's legal. That's what YouTube has to do. They can't go messing with that. They have to follow the law. Whoever owns this, it's up to them to go after her. It's up to them to take her to court. Do I think it's going to happen? I'm not sure. I'm kind of doubtful. In the big picture, how much money are they going to get out of her? Are they going to break even? Are they going to lose money? Because they're not in the business of losing money. No company, any company that's in the business of losing money, eventually is going to go bankrupt. They have to be positive at some point or another. They have to make money at one point or another. Because investors are only going to say, oh, yeah, okay, you didn't make money this quarter. We'll give you more money, and maybe you'll make money in the next quarter. Doesn't work. Like Elon Musk, it might work that way for a while, but if he doesn't start making money, eventually they're going to go away. And regardless what anybody likes to think, okay, I love Tipster. I think he puts out great videos. I've listened to his and watched his podcast. I'm a grown man. Okay, if it's not obvious by the grays, I'm not going to react to what he has to say. Okay, I'm not going to go after Suzy Lou. I might say, hey, to the animation companies, hey, take a look at this. But that's as far as I'm going to go. Hey guys, you may want to take a look at this and make sure that it's on the up and up. Because ultimately, like I said, it's up to them. And think about it this way, as far as Suzy Lou, as far as this goes, yeah, I believe she is violating copyright. Ultimately, that is to be decided in a court of law, as it said before. But if she wasn't doing this, who would watch her? Now, she is a very pretty woman on the outside. But what I believe, and as far as my experience in my lifetime, is there's external beauty and there's internal beauty. It deals with your attitude, your demeanor, how you project yourself to be a good person or a bad person. You can be very pretty on the outside, but ugly or toxic on the inside. And as I said, if she wasn't doing this, who's going to watch her? What type of video can she do that people would want to watch? I'm not defending her. I'm just saying, if she didn't do this, and I am not saying what she's doing is right, that is not an invitation to go attack her. But if she wasn't doing this, she'd be irrelevant. The reason that you're getting all this attention, Suzy, is because I've watched some of your reactions to this, that, and the other thing. It's what you want. You want the attention. But there's an old saying that all advertising is good advertising. No. If I'm YouTube, or if I'm a brand on YouTube, if I'm an advertiser, am I going to tell them to put my money, my name, to your videos? I'm going to make sure that YouTube doesn't. Just the way that's just the way corporate America works. If you cause if you cause a brand, a company trouble, they're going to dump you. If you work for them, they're going to fire you. That's the way it works. They're under no obligation to keep you employed, and just like you're under no obligation to work for them. As you can see, we have H3H3 here. Come on, really? Come on. Really? How old are you two? Let's see here. How old is 34 years old? How old is 38? Really? 38 years old. 34 years old. Both of you. Grab a pacifier. I know Ethan just had a kid. I believe Keemstar's a father. What I want you to do is find a pacifier and stick it in both your mouths. Because that's what both of you are acting like. Little children. Really? What's all this? Why are these a thing? You're grown men. You're grown men. Act like grown-ups. This here is who I'm subscribed to. Right there's Tipster. Right there's H3H3. You don't say Keemstar in there. The reason you don't see Keemstar in there, I've watched his videos. I've watched what he has to say. I don't like his format, so I don't watch. That doesn't mean I'm biased against it. That's not going to say I'm going to take his side in this or I'm going to take Ethan's side in this. I'm saying to both of them, you both need to shut up. Okay? Keemstar is not responsible for what happened to Etika. And if you want to slam me to say, oh, well, you must not have been on YouTube for very long. Really? Really? I haven't had a YouTube account for very long. What does this say? I've had a YouTube account since 2007. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of videos until the last year and a half. But this is what I want to keep here. Is that I'm a tech channel. Because I love doing tech videos. I don't like doing this stuff. But maybe I can explain to you why YouTube is kind of freaking out. The eliminating abusive and rampant neglect of interactive technologies. Earn it. This is what's coming if this gets passed. You don't think YouTube isn't freaking out about this? You want to talk about censorship? Basically, that's what this is. And before anybody gets on this bandwagon, oh, it's just the liberals. Oh, it's just the conservatives. Yeah, you have some D's here, Democrats. You also have, I don't know, Mr. Lindsey Graham here. And last time I checked, he's not a flaming liberal. Neither is Josh Hawley from Missouri. So you have bipartisan support for this bill. If this passes, if you think you don't like the changes on YouTube now, this goes after their safe harbor provision. This attacks their safe harbor. In other words, unless they act, they're going to be liable for what you post. And it's not just that your video is going to be demonetized. Your video is not going to exist. But again, to these two, to Keemstar, to Ethan, grow up. You're both parents. You're both adults. Grow up. You know, I love coming here, you know, coming to the site. I love watching, videos from people that I enjoy watching. And what I generally do is, like, for example, this is my news feed on YouTube. Like, if there's something I'm kind of interested in, like I've watched a few of her videos, but I'm a little edge on whether I want to get notifications, whether I want to subscribe to her channel. So what I do is just go incognito mode.
Hello everyone, welcome to another...
Oh, I'm sure that's fine. But I'll do that. And I'll watch her videos. I'll watch the full length. I don't use ad block. There's no ad block here. If there's an ad, I'll watch it. That supports you. But what I generally do is I'll watch them a few times and decide whether it's worth a subscribe. And the reason that I don't subscribe to a ton of channels is because I don't want to be flooded with a bunch of stuff that I'm only half-heartedly maybe into. I also, I've been in, Gundam will tell you, I've emailed him a few times. I feel bad for what he's going through. He lost a potential new sponsor. But you're going up against Pokimane. And so, like I said, that company was one that said, I'm not willing to put my name next to yours. Now, I'm sure that, but here's a question, Gundam, is could you still approach that sponsor or potential sponsor and say, look, don't sponsor me on YouTube because that's where I do my criticisms. Sponsor me on Twitch. That's where I do my gameplay. They might go for that. Just putting that out there. Those are just my thoughts. I appreciate anybody and everybody who's watched this. I'm worried for the platform because, as you saw, that Earn It Act, that just doesn't affect YouTube. That affects every social media platform, period. The only reason that these platforms exist is because of their safe harbor provisions that says they're not liable for what people post to their site. That Earn It Act goes through, which I hope it doesn't, there's going to be, if you think it's bad now, it's going to be very bad later. And as my PSA said, they're not infringing on your First Amendment rights. And no, losing, your monetization is not censorship. It's just not. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. I just did a video on Apex Legends. I worked very hard on it. Please give that a watch. Have a great day, and talk to you next time.